Hi guys, I am ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Farthest Frontier. We survived a raider attack in the last episode and we're busy expanding our operations. We're trying to upgrade a few different things. We're making sure that our apothecary shop is not getting any willow. I didn't know the apothecary needed any willow, but clearly we do. So willow is a bit of a problem. Anyway, we're trying to make sure that we're in a pretty good position, and I think generally speaking we are. Clay was running out a little bit, and so we're trying to manage that. We are also, I think now I'm going to move the goat barn out. So we've got a lot of kind of farming stuff in this location. Did we want to maybe spread it out a little bit is the question. Oh, actually, this guy is now doing some other stuff. So what we'll need to do is we'll need to move these guys over. So who's actually now... Okay, so we need to move it over this way. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and move these guys over one by one, please. I just want to double check how we're going on the goat. Do we have a goat barn here as well? We do. So if we wanted to, yeah, we'll do kind of something like that, right? So we'll try and fertilize these as we go. Did we want to move? So we've got this goat barn. We want to maybe upgrade this goat barn actually. So let's go ahead and do an upgrade there. And what we'll do is we'll go and prioritize that because we do know they take quite a while to get that done. And then the question was, did we want to bring... I think we bring that goat barn down here as well. So let's go ahead and relocate this building into this area if we could. Yeah, I think that's fine. We'll add that one in here. I think we do... Oh, did we generate knowledge? Oh, yeah, knowledge generated. Let's go for resources. And I quickly want to say, let's grab another well in this area just to make sure we've got reasonable amounts. This is still under construction. Now, knowledge generated. So let's pop into that and have a quick look. Okay, where were we? I can't remember. If we go here, so we can improve our hives. Now, that's not necessarily... We can improve the wood law, which may help a little bit with food collection. Glass, I'm not too sure that's useful. This is a less work to produce books, which could be useful. Come over this way. This is for furniture production and the likes, and all of this has been upgraded. This one could give us more gold ingot yields, which, yeah, to be honest, will generate us additional gold. So that is something, at least. We could go here and start work potentially on that military monument. Ah, over here, the health of buildings. I'm a little bit keen to have a look at that. All of this stuff has been done already. Border policies, more immigration. Maybe that's what we want. To get more people in. There's very little stuff that we still have to do. 10% speed of foragers, 10% speed of hunters, 20% forager working radius. I mean, this is useful, right? I mean, I don't know if that's a big use case for us, but it is useful. The hives thing could be useful too. This might be health of all buildings and then health of barracks, health of look at us. I don't even know if we really need that. What is this? Full rate for wells. Again, I don't know if we really need those items. It's a bit nice to have ton of stuff. Here we've got shoes last 25% longer. Oh, no, work to produce shoes. And then yield from candle production. So I guess we just slowly start filling in these things. So I guess what I'm going to do, less work to produce firewood. That might actually be quite useful also. I guess what I'm going to do is just going to start filling these things in. So let's just start with this one. to get that additional gold ingot yield, and we'll start having us look whether we slowly want to do some other bits and pieces here. Okay, so we're moving that one. We've got a couple of these guys around, which we could start moving also. Maybe we don't move them. Maybe we leave them in this area. How many chicken coops do we have? And then we do have some on this side also, right? Do we go with some upgrades here? Oh, there's multiple barns here, to be honest. So let's do a bit of a barn upgrade at the same time. Could probably build another chicken coop also. Well, for now, money is looking okay. We do need to... How do we go about further expanding some of these areas? We'll have to keep an eye out for that. Did we upgrade these things? We are in the process of doing some upgrades here. Kind of thinking, do we... Yeah, this does not seem to want to connect at all here. Is there any other upgrades we need to do? Yeah, no, we're slowly upgrading a bunch of stuff. But yeah, we're obviously a little bit... Okay, there's another merchant. We have another rat catcher here, right? So this rat catcher is doing... potentially, we can move it just a little bit this way. Yeah, that covers a fair bit of it, right? So let's do that. Get that rat catcher working over there. And then this rat catcher needs to be covering our bases on this side, really. Yeah, something like that, right? So hopefully that is covering a fair bit of the rat stuff there. Now, this trader is interested in some honey. We can definitely look at selling some honey. The ingots are back up again, even though we did sell a fair bit of it. Oh, we can easily just sell a few weapons to take all of their money. And then did we want to buy something from them? We could look at the sheer amount of tallow we have. I mean, we could do this. Hunter cabins yield 30% more if we wanted to. But that's really not something we're after at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say like 10, 12, 13, 13, 14, 15. Let's move 15 of these. Actually, let's move 20 weapons over there. We'll sell however many we can. The rest is all good. We really don't need to sell any more here. Just have a look. There's nothing we want to buy from them, right? We've got absolutely everything in reasonable stock. I mean, look at the sheer amount of crossbows we have available. So yeah, we really don't need to buy anything from them. Okay, well that's fine. We'll get there. We will get there. Trying to keep an eye on all of our stuff. Is this upgrading? Yeah, I think these guys are upgrading, right? Yeah, they're upgrading. And we'll slowly see more and more upgrades happening. Let's go and... Oh, actually, we don't even have a path through here. Let's try and do that. Finish off the path here. Lots of livestock animals born. Do a bit of an upgrade over there. We'll do an upgrade over here. We'll upgrade this path through here. And we'll do the same thing all the way up here. Yeah, all the way. The arborist is still waiting on some clay to get built. This is what? This is the Fletcher's building. Keep an eye. Keep an eye out for that. We are doing the firewood fairly quickly. Yeah, we're in a good spot with regards to our wood production, really. Most of our production lines are really healthy at the moment. We really can't complain all that much. Do we have... Oh, there's another merchant over here, so let's quickly see about that one. So the first merchant we are... Oh, yeah, we've already got this here, so let's sell whatever we can. So let's sell those 13 odd items there to get all of their money to come in. That's fine, that's pretty much it. And then trader number 2 is after what exactly? Wouldn't mind taking their money, but really there's not much I'm interested in selling here. The coal is not worth our attention, really. So this one is not really going to be that helpful to us. Okay, so the question was, okay, what I wanted to do is I wanted to slowly, if I wanted to select some of this, right, can we please salvage those? Yes, thank you. And even this one, right, let's do a bit more salvaging there. Okay, so that's pretty good, right? Now we've got that sorted out. Now what I wanted to do is we wanted to make sure we're running our roads up and down the edges here, and then similarly we wanted to do maybe something like this. And then what we can do is we can add a new little defenses in there. Building is on fire, so we'll keep an eye on that because that might be a problem. These guys should be able to fend this off. There's lots of people around here. So I'm hoping with the wells and everything, I'm hoping that we should be able to cover that. Yeah, pretty easily. That was, we were able to sort that out. So if we wanted to provide ourselves with a bit of a fence in our new kind of spot here, I was thinking maybe something like, yeah, that spot there. So let's add that, and then we can quite comfortably just do this, right? Beautiful. So now we open up an extra area, and I was thinking we do another arborist building over here. So if we go with food production yet again, and we grab yet another arborist, I was thinking a spot up here would be pretty good for us to start just doing some more tree planting there. In terms of, yeah, not too sure. There's another merchant. Let's pop back in here and quickly have a look. So trader number 2, we're not doing anything. So that one we've done the selling. And then trader number 3 is after. Okay, here we go. Now this is where it's getting interesting, right? So we can buy some stuff. Look at the cost of beer. We're gonna buy beer. Absolutely gonna buy beer. Let us do some selling, right? So let's sell let's sell all of what we can. Sell those items. And if we buy all of the beer, yeah, buy and transfer all of the beer, please. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and, oh, no, forget about that. And then we'll go ahead and sell the rest of those items. We'll go about selling all of those items so we get that money back. But yeah, the beer was a good one. So now we brought that in. That could last us quite a while. I don't think we need anything else, though we could, it could be useful for us to buy some of this. So let's go ahead and buy like 500 of this, buy and transfer 500 of that out, see how that goes for us. And then, is there anything else we wanted to sell? I am going to transfer out another 300 of this, please. And even another 300 of this. So 300. Let's confirm transferring those items through there and try and get that moving. Yeah, that's pretty good. At least that helps us out a little bit. Again, so now we've got lots of beer available. How much did we buy this beer for? I think we bought it for 4, right? So if we sell it, we've got an arbitrage going there. But I'd rather just keep it and we'll use it ourselves. We didn't need to sell anything else over here. Here we're not picking up this money, but we don't really want to sell these items, do we? I mean, we could sell a few candles. 10, 20. I mean, we need to sell like 100, and I'd rather have it available for our people. So anyway, I think that's looking reasonable. Getting our money coming back in. Slowly building some stuff up. Let's see, this arborist over here, still not done. We also need more people, but in order to get more people, we need to either upgrade some stuff or, I don't know, do some... Okay, we moved another one of these guys over here, right? So this one's been upgraded. I'll need to add at least 2 more people there. We'll accept them, please. We should... Oh, we're very close to having enough homes. Let's move this guy over here also, please. So we'll try and, you know, get this fertility nice and up there. A few lost there, actually. Yeah, we need another home. Go back in here, see what we've got. Let's sell those items as they come in, to be honest. So that we try and creep this money up. Yeah, I'm happy that we actually bought those beers, to be honest. So now there should be a fair amount of beer lasting for quite a while to get all of this going. Can we... The willow bushes, right? We can't actually move them. So we have to kind of go and collect the willow wherever. This thing has been upgraded, so hopefully these homes are looking reasonable. There's a drought. Okay, let's pop back in there. Is there more stuff to be sold? Not quite yet. What is this? This is flax crops produce 50% more yield. This might be useful to us because we use a fair bit of flax, actually. So this may be useful to us. I'm actually thinking I'm going to buy that one, yeah? A new martyr relic has been acquired through a rare trade from a traveling merchant. Yeah, that's fine. We'll do that. We're not necessarily stocking it somewhere, but we will. Or I mean, we're not actually placing it in here yet. But we probably do need to have another review of this at some point. Okay, these things are looking pretty good actually. Getting everything slowly working. Is there another merchant on the way in, actually? Seems to be the case. There's another merchant coming in. Wow, that's many a merchant coming in now. Okay, so this merchant now traded 2 here. What is this? Eye of the Hunter. Bows, crossbows, and towers deal 15% more damage. That's pretty good, to be honest. Here we could sell like 100 pottery. I think that may be what we do in this instance. Oh, look at the sheer amount of cheese we have on hand. We've got lots of food for the people. Lots of food. Okay, let's do a transfer of 100 out that way. That gives us 1,200 that we can take from them. And I guess that's about enough. We don't necessarily need to do more. So that's all good. We have, let's just have a look here. These 2. Potentially we could move them next to each other here, but for the time being we'll just leave it as is. We won't necessarily mess around with that. Is this bringing stuff in fairly quickly? I want to make sure that all of this is working. Yeah, so this is holding pretty nicely. I'm contemplating stopping the next one here as well. Let's go ahead and salvage the next one here also. Actually, can we cancel that? Can we cancel the salvage? Can we cancel this? Yes, we can. So what I'm going to do, instead of salvaging it, I'll move it over this way because we'll lose some resources there, right? I'll move it back over this way so it's part of whatever is happening over here, right? I'll move it over this way and then we'll just slowly stop resourcing it. Over here, what I'll do is I'll upgrade that one so that we've got a little bit of a better cluster of industry going on in this spot. Animals eating some crops. Yeah, that's something that happens. Trader 1, let's sell some more of this stuff. Sell those items, yes, please. And then we're still waiting on this to come in, and there's like 16 days left. So hopefully the The traders will bring them in pretty quickly. Should arrive fairly soon. Let's just have a look at where this is happening. I think we should be okay. There's lots of people here. They're coming in, throwing water on the thing. It's not going quite as quickly as I would have liked it to go. Oh no, second building is on fire. Get more people to please come and help out. Thanks. That would be really useful. We don't want these homes to be burning down. We certainly don't want to keep this fire spreading. Where are my people? Come on. Yes, there we go. At least we managed to save that. Now let's pop back in here. We should be very close to this guy leaving. Excellent. Just in time for us to sell those items, get some more of their gold coming in. And now we've given the soap quite a bit of a bump there. Okay, so that one's out. This trader 2, yeah, what we'll do is we'll sell those pottery items and get their money to come on in. The Eye of the Hunter. Bows, crossbows, and towers deal 15% more damage. Ultimately, that is very useful to us. I think I'm going to grab that one also. Let's buy that one. Another rare trade. Okay, so let's do that. Let's just go ahead and purchase that one also. So we have it available if we should need it in the future. Let's quickly have a look at what's happening over here. Do we have a bit of an upgrade that needs to happen? How do we expand our population? So if we go desirability wise, right? If we click on housing, right? So we want to add housing to the mix. So this area is nice and desirable all the way over here, right? And we've got them all kind of served. This area is less desirable, but still kind of reasonably so. And we can do some stuff to improve the desirability there. I need to do some stuff over here. Desirability-wise, this area we could buff a little bit more. If we do another market, we can expand into this area because we've now moved this stuff that's really not favorable to us. And I guess that might be what we end up doing. We can still add a few more homes kind of directly here, right? So we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do this. We'll do that. Right, so that should be pretty good. Continue to add those homes there. Actually, let's just, for the time being, continue to add homes where we can. I mean, obviously, what we can do is we can run a little path in the back there and do that. But I'm also kind of keen on potentially doing, so where are you serving? And you're serving up to here. So if we were to add another, I'm just thinking, where is the rat catcher actually picking stuff up? Yeah, so we can't really expand further unless I was thinking maybe what we do is we add one over here, and that will cover a bit of an expansion and potentially a later expansion out into this area. So if we go into amenities, grab ourselves yet another market. This is a bit of a hectic overlap here, though. Something like this might be a little bit better. So let's do that. We'll do that, a slightly less significant overlap, and then we'll go in through there, do a little bit of path building. And we might move some of these out. I'm not too sure. We can trim some of that maybe. Okay, now what we do is we have the arbor. Oh, it's still not built. My goodness, why is it struggling so much? Let's prioritize that so it can be built. One clay at a time is what is being delivered here. How's this going? Oh, look at that. The fertility there looks absolutely stunning. And we've mixed in some stuff here. So really we're gonna, I think oh no, we're still in the process of moving this stuff in here. Anyway, so that's something that'll happen over time in due course. We've moved this guy over here. We've brought it in this area. How is this going from a fertility perspective? Slowly creeping up. Trying to do our thing here with the fertility side of things. The food is looking pretty good. We do need to now expand our housing, which the plan is we are expanding town into this area. Maybe we go and take this one out. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. Our desirability here is kind of next level. We probably need to improve that a little bit more. What I'm thinking, right? Let me delete the path, right? Delete that path, and what we'll do is we'll do that, right? So now this got a little room here. I'm thinking a statue in this area, so decorations wise, what can, oh, that's just like crazy. That's way too big. Impending blizzard, that's also way too big. Can we get something that's a little bit more reasonably sized, maybe? What about this guy? That's a bit smaller than I wanted to do necessarily. So I wanted to do maybe something like this to improve desirability here even more, and it's at the gate really. So we'll do that. We'll pop the statue in there. It's pretty expensive, and then what we'll do is we'll put a little, can we do a little garden at the back? A couple of small parks. Whoa, small park, massive. Small shrubbish. Let's do a couple of them like that and see about, yeah, just adding a little bit of bits and pieces to improve desirability a little bit along the way. Yeah, so the blizzard is on us. Oh my goodness, look at that. We are completely out of firewood. What? Okay, well, that is a problem. I had no idea we're even close to that kind of problem. So let's have a look. Resources. Wow. I did not keep that in mind. Firewood splitter. So I'm going to do a firewood splitter like that. And then we'll go ahead and... Actually, let's do 2 of them. We'll do 2 of them in there and we'll upgrade them. We should hopefully be able to build them pretty quickly. Let's prioritize them. Get them built quickly so we can add you know, firewood to the mix here. I'm a bit surprised that the firewood went so quickly. Where's my... Yeah. I am a bit surprised at how quickly that went. How are we supposed to survive? This is still being constructed. Is the blizzard done? But it's taken up all of our firewood. So we just need to kind of address this pretty quickly so that it's not going to start to become a major issue for us. Food-wise, we're still okay. But yeah, we might see people struggling a little bit with the cold. And again, with this one, the clay is really a challenge. Exposure. What's happening? Your villagers have succumbed to bitter cold due to lack of shelter or sufficient warmth. Ensure that your settlement has enough firewood production so that all homes are stocked in time of winter. Villagers have to travel long distances for their jobs, such as mines and work camps, or to acquire resources and stock their shelters, can also perish from extended exposure. The elements strategically constructing temporary shelters and markets can alleviate this. So I think that's what we've done. So where can we know where that happened? No, I don't want that. I want to understand where this has happened. Wow. That's not good. That's not good. This is all the way over here, but this market should have firewood. Well, I think we may have run out of firewood, yeah? There's still some firewood there, and there is no firewood left here. So it's basically out of firewood, right? So that's the plan. That's the issue. Can we please get this built really quickly? And get people in there to come and work this straight away. I'm not going to upgrade them now. I'm going to get it built quickly. How much coal do we have? If we pop in here, I just want to check. Coal. Yeah, there's reasonable amounts of coal. We could consider activating the policy that lets them use coal. I mean, we should bounce back pretty quickly, to be honest. Yeah, maybe we don't need to get too frightened by this. I think we will bounce back really quickly from these items, but we may want to consider in investing in more shelters and more locations. So what I thought here, I will drop this down and switch this one off completely. So we'll just drop that. Clay is, yeah, slowly getting its thing on here. There are shelters available in this area, but I was thinking, and we do have Forager's Garden here. Yeah, so we can probably expand our wood production here. But we do have this shelter here, and I was thinking maybe another one right over here. So as you get that, so let's go housing. We'll strategically provide a kind of a shelter right in this location. We've got a shelter over here, a couple of shelters over here actually, and we should have a couple of shelters up this way as well. How many people taking shelter over here? Well, we do have the one, and that seems to be reasonable, managing things reasonably. Yeah, so these long distances, from a shelter perspective, you should be okay, really. Well, what we might do is let's try and at least alleviate some of the issues we have here by, if we do it here, we can actually accommodate some additional mining infrastructure. Yeah, let's do that. So let's build, actually, let's try and not take out the woods because that's going to take a bit more effort to do. So let's just do that, get an extra shelter going on over there. We've got some shelters in this location. And then did we want to do we have shelters over here? This is still not built? My goodness, can we just please prioritize some of these things? Some of this building is taking so long. Let's get another, no, not one of those, but instead a temporary shelter. Oh, we've already started one over there. Okay, so hopefully that will kind of improve the situation just a bit. Give me, from a resource perspective, yet another well. Oh, there's a well over there. Let's do another well, like right there. And maybe right in this location here, just so that there's wells everywhere. Can't not have wells. So this one, yeah, that's been upgraded, right? Yeah. Okay, children are growing up. We are looking like we might be getting there. Work areas are empty. Which one is this? This is this guy. Shouldn't be empty. There seems to be quite a bit going on here. You should be fine. These upgrades here are pretty good. Okay. Has this been built? Yeah, finally, this has been built. Okay, we need to quickly set this up, right? So, we want to be doing both of these, so we need an extra person in here. And then what I'm thinking is we need to move, the plan would be that we do maybe something like that. Yeah, so something like this is what I'm after. Now let's do this. Okay. Let's do like this. Okay, so about half of them on that, and then the other half on this one. Okay, that's pretty good actually. Yeah, that's a pretty nifty little stretch. So we'll add some more trees for the arborist to deal with on the side of the hill here, because it's very difficult to kind of build other stuff in there. So I think that's a pretty good use of what we've got here. Lots of stone coming out of this, right? We may be able to trim back a little bit on the stone workers just to get us there, right? Seeking shelter. Absolutely. We've got these shelters everywhere. We should be seeking them. Okay, that's good. That is good. I think it's almost the end of the episode. Almost the end of the episode, I think. And our firewood is bouncing back. Hopefully we won't see too much more issues on the exposure side of things. It's kind of the plan to keep it a little bit more manageable. Yeah, we're starting to get out of the thick of things in winter, really. Lots of homes here, and we are expanding our population still. Excellent. That's the end of the year, so that's also the end of the episode. People are pretty happy, to say the least. We do have frostbite and scurvy hanging around, and so the hospitals should be doing their fair share to deal with people's stuff. We have a quick look here at our various stockpiles of things. We're a little bit short on the willow, but I think we've got reasonable amounts of medicine and reasonable supplies of the kind of the baskets, right? Where are the baskets? Over here. Yeah, reasonable supply. We do need to probably buff a few more things here a little bit. And yeah, spices seems to be a thing that we need to buy a little bit more of. We're out of the iron ingots. Interesting. We had so much of it. We had so much of it. I think we need to limit these numbers a little bit. I don't think we need necessarily more than, say, a maximum quota of, say, maybe 150. To be honest, I don't think we need more than that. We can sell them. Okay, so we'll do that, right? So we've got a max there. Let's do a max here of, say, 50. All right, so that's fine. We'll do a max here of 50 as well. Just want to do a few of these. So we don't keep going. This is a pretty low. This one we want. Yeah, I guess don't worry too much about it. This one we want like 250, I think. And here absolutely, we don't want more than 150 is enough. We'll do 150 bows. No one buys the bows anyway. Production altered there. We'll go up to, I think, 150 here as well. So let's no, 150 there, fine. And then on the arrows, oh, that's so many, right? Let's just do 3,000 on the arrows as well. So let's do that and just stop some of this. Wow, the beer went pretty quickly. I think that's about it, really. We wouldn't mind having slightly improved furniture production, because we can sell that as well. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Our firewood will be making a return in the next season. We've added 2 more production facilities to hopefully resolve that issue. We'll continue to expand our town here a little bit more, add a few more homes in here, but really, whether we need much more of that, I don't quite know. I don't think so. So we'll keep a little bit around. We might do another arborist. Oh yeah, we are doing another arborist over here for this hill spot. But yeah, all in all, fairly healthy, good supply of food, good supply of people. Everything else is looking good. The firewood is the biggest issue. Oh, and then clay has been a little bit of a problem. So we may look at how we potentially expand the clay operation a little bit more. There's lots of sand to be had over here, but not necessarily so much clay. Right, that's kind of the issue. We need to find maybe another high-producing clay spot. Lots of sand. Lots of sand. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!